Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. We're going to be talking about two different properties today, the commutative property and the associative property. These are really simple, but what I want you to walk away with at the end of this video is understanding how we can apply it to algebra. So let's get started. Alright, the commutative property simply states that if we're adding or multiplying, we can shuffle the order around. So if we take a look at this, if we did 5 plus 8, which we know is 13, that's the same as doing 8 plus 5. We can switch that order around and still get the same sum. In multiplication, it's no different. If we have 5 times 8, exactly the same as 8 times 5. In each instance, we get 40. Alright, so that's the commutative property. The associative property, very similar, says that if we're adding a group or multiple groups, that we can shuffle the numbers around and you're still going to get the same sum. Similar to the commutative property, except now we have some grouping symbols in there. Alright, so 7 plus 4 is going to be 11, plus 3 is going to be 14. We would get that same sum on this side, even though we took the 7 outside of the parentheses. Okay? The associative property also works for multiplication. So if we were to change these signs from addition to multiplication, we can still switch around the grouping and we'll get the same product. Alright? So let's see how this is applied to algebra. In this situation, we're looking at this example here. 7 plus, and then in parentheses we have 12 plus x. The x isn't a like term with 7 and 12, so we want to combine those. So we can shuffle this around because of the associative property, and we can do x plus 12 plus 7. We don't know what x is, so we can't do anything with that. And we have x plus 12 plus 7 is 19. And this is just simplified. Alright, we can't solve it until we know what x is. Now let's take a look at example 2. In this case we have 5 times 11 times y. So I'm going to rewrite that. Remember that if it's 11 is right next to the y, that means multiplication. Because of the associative property of multiplication, I can put the 5 in the parentheses and take the y out. So let's rewrite this to 5 times 11. Alright? Don't know what y is, so that comes straight down. And we're going to multiply 5 times 11, which is 55. And that would be this expression simplified. Once again, we can't solve it until we know what y is. All right? Have a wonderful night, and I will see you tomorrow.